The ultimate test in the Grandmaster Galaxy. To unlock this level, you have to get all 240 stars in the game, which includes all of the green stars that have been unlocked prior to completing the last level. And if you haven't unlocked all the green stars, what you have to do is re-complete the Bowser's Castle, the very last level in World 6. Not the Comet medal for that level, but Bowser's Castle, where you get the cutscene and all that. So, for this very first part, just grab Yoshi, use his little tongue to flick out. Now, this is a interesting little puzzle. The laser guys aren't too difficult to avoid. I found that this was the easiest and most consistent pattern to use for getting around this entire little puzzle. So this version of the level is not a gimme, but it's certainly not as difficult as the next version of the level. That is the 242nd star is a Daredevil run where you only have one hit to give and there's no checkpoint, so you have to get through the entire level on your own. So if you're struggling with any areas on the Daredevil run version of this level, I would highly recommend reloading this level where you have checkpoints, and it's almost the exact same layout, slightly different enemies, but not so different that it's going to make it a lot more difficult, and just keep replaying those sections over and over and just killing yourself instead of moving on. That sounds terrible, killing yourself instead of moving on. Anyway, so this cloud part right here is always a section that I manage to screw up just because I don't take it very seriously. It's kind of slow and boring, and I just feel like showing off a little bit sometimes, it feels like, and I end up doing stupid things, especially on the Daredevil run version of this. So this part right here is very challenging to get through, for me at least, on the Daredevil run. I would highly recommend going through this level 10 times, or through this section 10 times until you can get it down perfectly without getting hit once. These little things, for some reason, are hard for me to time. Maybe other people have an easier time with them, but I really struggled. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, I'm using Luigi here. I use Luigi for almost all of the green stars and this level. He jumps further and jumps higher than Mario, which can be very helpful on some of these sections, but it's as if he has banana peels on his feet because he just like slides around a little bit. His movement isn't as precise as Mario's. So again, this section right here can be very difficult to get through, or at least for me, the first part of it can be challenging to do without getting hit. Now this part, when using the blue stars to get through, I'm kind of cheating right here. You're supposed to stay on this horizontal plane, but what I'm doing is I'm shaking the controller to break the gravity bubble that I'm in. I'm dropping down below, and then I'm using the next star to kind of slingshot myself to the end. And I found that much easier to do, or I found that a much easier way to get through this last part, or through that section, than actually navigating it the way you're supposed to. You don't need to kill these turtles, but I'm doing it just kind of for practice. The Hammer Bros are fairly easy. No, actually, I would say the Hammer Bros are more difficult than the Boomerang Bros at the very end of this. You don't need to kill all these guys. If you want to take your time, it makes it a little bit easier on you to do so. And the Comet medal is off to the right here in a second, as you can see right there. To take out the Hammer Bros, you can either bounce on their head twice, which gives you a coin, which can be helpful for this version of the level, or you can spin next to them, which sometimes will knock them off the level, and that's all you have to do, or spin and then run up and kick them. Also, wow, I got incredibly lucky right there, getting hit mid-air with the hammer and then landing on that platform floating in the middle of the air. You can also spin to take out the flying hammers or the boomerangs. Now, that can be helpful for the Hammer Bros, but when you get to the boomerang guys, there's just too many of them to spin all at once. So the Hammer Bros jump in a very set pattern. That guy right there, memorize this pattern, that'll come in handy later on. And for these Boomerang Bros, you can, if you hold Z and just crouch walk underneath them, you can avoid all of their boomerangs. So just crouch walk underneath and let them throw to their heart's content. Then just kind of crouch walk up to them, spin, and then kick them. And you shouldn't have much of a problem at all taking them out.